guys, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Got the first single from the Beatles today. I can't believe I've never done this. I had no idea until today that I had never done this song. It's going to be an easy one though, so this is a great one for beginners. We're going to learn how to do Love Me Do by the Beatles. So we got 3 chords in this one, and we're pretty much good to go. So it's going to be a quick lesson here. But for you guys, first learn your open position chords, your G, C, D. It's going to be a little workout for you over a great song, right? So it introduced the world, or the Beatles to the world, let's say that. So before I do it, please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Ring the notification bell so you know when I release a new video. And if you enjoy my videos, it's the first one you've watched or whatever, if you've seen 1,000 of them, because there's a couple thousand of them, and you really want to support what I do here on YouTube, number one way to do that, subscribe to my Guitar Academy. You'll see a link to this in the description below. That link will give you a free 7-day trial, by the way, and you'll get full access to my entire Guitar Academy, containing all my courses, from complete beginner courses. If you're a beginner guitar player, there's a couple beginner courses in there that you can do that'll get you up to speed real quick. And then after you get through those 2 courses, you're ready for any other course in the academy. I got courses on improvisation, ear training, theory, guitar tone, technique, you name it, and you get personalized support from me along the way. So please go check it out. All right, I'll see you there. So let's jump into this. I'm in standard tuning here, and we have this, well, obviously this little, it's just based around a G major chord. Now, like I said, if you're new to guitar, there's a couple ways, popular ways you'll see G major played. You'll see it played like this, where you're actually holding a note down on the B string, the 3rd fret. It's probably the most common way. And then we kind of have more of kind of the cowboy way, where that B string is open. So in this case, it's the B string is open for this. So that's going to be the 3rd fret on the high E string. Then open B, open G, open D. Then 2 on the A, 3 on the E, the low E. So you can see the fingerings that I'm using there. So that's the version of the G major they're using in the song. Now we go to a C major chord. Now if you've learned a C major chord before, this one might look a little bit different than the one that you're used to, because the one you're used to doesn't use your pinky. It just looks like that, which is the open high E, 1st fret on the B, open G, number 2 on the D, and 3 on the A. Now, this C major chord that they do here, they add this G on top. It's a G note there. So it's a 3rd fret on the high E string with your pinky. The good thing is, you already had that in the previous chord. So you had that G major chord, so you can just leave that pinky there, and then just go grab a C underneath it. So that's kind of the chord change at the beginning. So you just want to work on that G to C, G to C, G to C, and then E. So for like the verse and chorus sections, it's pretty much what's going on. Just those 2 chords, just like this. Love, love me do. Back to G, out to C, then back to G, then to C, then hold C. So you just kind of held that C when it's doing a so please. And then love me, back to the G, C, G, C. So a huge part of the song is just that chord progression, G to C, G to C, and you're just holding that top note. Now, if you're wondering about the strumming patterns, I always tell people, I'm not a huge fan of teaching strumming patterns in tutorial videos. And even for total beginners, I'm not a huge fan of it. The reason why is because it slows you down when you kind of over-intellectualize a pattern that's being played in the strumming hand. So I could go down, 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 up, down, up, down. I could trace that out for you. But what's going to happen when you start playing the song, you're going to be thinking of that pattern in your head the entire time and not thinking of the actual feel of the song. How strumming patterns work in the real world by somebody like whoever's playing this in the recording, it could be John Lennon, Harrison, it might have been McCartney, whoever, they're not thinking of a strumming pattern. They're not. They're just feeling it. So whenever you see this being played by your favorite artist, that's how they're doing it. Now, they might have started out tried to count out patterns and stuff like that. But I guarantee you from them doing that, it kind of slowed them down from being able to just feel it naturally. So what I want you to do is first, the most important thing, first of all, if you're in my academy, you go to my guitar course, my beginner course teaches you this explicitly and you get this down very quickly. So, but you want rhythm to be more intuitive. So how you do that is you create like a metronome with your arm. It just goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay? That's the foundation of a strumming style. You can't stop the strum. It has to continue like this. Now you're not going to hit the strings every single time. You're not going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's not how it works. Now, you're continuing that motion because if you stop it, you'll lose the feel, you'll lose the beat, you lose the pulse of the music. So, what happens is the pattern itself is created naturally by the rhythm that you are hearing or in your head, or one of the Beatles were hearing in their head when they wrote this song. And it's like dun 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 dun. So it's as simple as if you're doing this. Like that. And I said to you, if I just did that rhythm, if I clapped that to you, you could easily clap it back. Whatever rhythm I clapped to you, you'd be able to clap that back pretty easily because you didn't overthink it. You just clapped it back. What we're trying to do now is have your arm doing this, almost like you're clapping your hands. And da, 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 da. Those hits fell naturally within that strum. So da 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 da. See how some of them I'm missing. But the key is just two things you got to think about. This has to continue as a constant pulse, and then you have to feel the rhythm in your head first. Da 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 dun dun da da dun da da. Dun, dun, and then just hit the strings like you were just clapping your hands to that rhythm you're hearing in your head. You're not overthinking it. You don't care what's falling on a downstroke, what's falling on an upstroke. This is continuous. Okay? The pattern writes itself. Down, down, up. It ended up being a down, down, up, up, down, up. I wasn't thinking that though, because that's where the strokes fell. Da, 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 da. That's all strumming is. It's that simple. And that's so. When you hear me play anything or you hear something on the record, listen to the pattern. Just listen to it. Da, 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 da. Whatever the pattern is of the song, clap it out. And then internalize that feel in your head and just start doing your arm like this and then try to play that. And that's what's going to get you to be able to strum guitar parts that you hear on the radio very quickly without overthinking it. And that's how I want you to do it. So that's why I'm now breaking down strumming patterns. Long story short, but I kind of wanted to give you guys a hint on this is how you study strumming for real and play it like you'll hear an experienced guitar player play it. They're not thinking patterns, so you shouldn't. If it's very complex, yes, you can break it down on a pattern, but 99% of this music isn't, so don't worry about it. So it is. So we just have those chords. Pattern doesn't stay the same throughout the whole song. Just go from feel, right? Then we're back to the chorus. Love me, same two chords. Whoa, love me too. And then we're back to the exact same two sections again. Now we have what they call the middle eight, right? Which is that someone to love. That's when the chords change. So we're coming off of the coming from a G major chord into that part. So love me. So is that new chord. Now, there was a little bass line leading into that D major chord. From that G major chord, just go 2, 0 on the low E string. And then go to a D major chord, which is the 2nd fret on the high E, 2 on the high E, 3 on the B, and 2 on the G, and the open D. All right, so that's the only new chord, and then we're gonna go from that D chord, someone to love, to that C chord. Remember, we have to do the C chord with that 3rd fret there on the high E string. Somebody new, into the G. So it just goes D, C, G. Someone to love, somebody new. Again. And then we just start back over with that same love, love me too. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please, love me too. Oh, love me too. Once again, goes to the bridge, and those bridge chords that we did earlier, the D to C to G, that's underneath the harmonica solo. And then at the end of the harmonica solo, we have this, they just kind of vamp on the G for a couple measures. So it's the same thing as that bridge part, is just at the very end, just vamp on that G. And then back to the same. Love, love me too. You know I love you. And that is it until it kind of fades out. So it is a, obviously a instant classic. Everybody knows what you're playing when you first start with these chords. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a little bit about how to approach strumming if you're a beginner. It'll really help you kind of speed the process up, I think. All right, I'll see you guys again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.